Welcome to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin, the podcast where intentional growth meets practical leadership. One quote, one lesson, one action to help you lead yourself and others better. Let's jump in. Welcome back to 1 Minute Wins. I am Dr. Dana Martin, and today it's kind of a carryover from the previous episode. We discussed being intentional when talking about change. That change doesn't just happen. But when do you start, right? We have to start now. In episode 25, start now. Mark Twain said it best, I believe. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. And it seems simple. But the truth is that many of us, probably most of us, spend more time planning for the right moment than actually starting. We're waiting for a sign. We're waiting for a season, or maybe we have a fear that we're just waiting for that fear to fade. But those things never come first. Progress doesn't wait for the perfect condition. It rewards the moment. And let's be honest, the craving we all have for certainty, right? We want to know we'll succeed before we even try. But leadership, growth, personal transformation, none of that, it doesn't work that way. You rarely feel ready before you start, and readiness is built through motion. Every leader I've connected with who've achieved something meaningful had one thing in common. They stopped waiting for permission and they started moving forward. And when you take the first step, even a small one, something powerful happens. You build momentum. Let me tell you about a client I once had. We'll call them Jordan. Jordan was an incredible communicator, and he wanted to start a podcast. And he told me, "I'm not ready. I don't have the right mic. I need the intro. I need the right music to go with and then I need to make sure I've already got kind of a following before." Oh my goodness, does that sound familiar? I mean, you can't see me through the microphone, but I am raising my hand to even do this podcast. Does that sound familiar to you, though? I said, "Jordan, let's make a deal." Within 48 hours, I told him, he had to record a 1-minute voice memo on his phone, not for the world, just for himself. He did it, then he did another, and within weeks, he was publishing episodes. He went from thinking about it and figuring it out to just doing it. Here's the thing. He didn't need the perfect plan or the perfect gear. He just needed a starting line. According to the research of the American Psychological Association, people who take a single specific starting action toward a goal are 63% more likely to follow through long term. Why is that? Because the brain is wired to love progress. That first step releases dopamine. It's science, guys. The motivation chemical, dopamine. Suddenly, action feels rewarding instead of risky. Movement makes possibility tangible. Zig Ziglar said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." And this quote is in a previous 1 Minute Win as well. That principle, that leadership principle, though, in a nutshell, greatness begins with motion, not mastery. You don't have to have it all figured out. You will stumble, but then you adjust and you learn and you keep moving. And that's what matters most. Think about Walt Disney. His first company went bankrupt. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before perfecting the light bulb. And when you look at the story of any successful person, you'll find a moment where they decided, I'm done waiting. Those imperfect starts created the foundations for history-changing successes. They didn't plan their way into greatness, they worked their way into it. So, how do we do it? Oh, it's only 3. I fooled y'all last time with 4. Here's how to make starting practical and powerful. Define your first step, not 10 steps, just the first step. Set small, immediate deadline before the day ends or by lunchtime, perhaps within 24 hours. And number 3, remove one excuse. Fear hides behind logic. Replace I'm not ready with I'm learning. What are those again? Number 1, define your first step. Number 2, set a small, immediate deadline. And number 3, remove one excuse. Once you start, I assure you, clarity follows. I want to share something personal, and I alluded to it a while ago. When I started 1 Minute Wins, this podcast and the book that inspired it, I hesitated. And I kept asking, is this the right time? Is this the right format? But the truth is, I was scared. I knew starting meant putting myself out there in a way I never had before. Bare my thoughts, my voice, my name. And then I remembered the very principle that I teach on the daily. You can't grow without motion. So I recorded the first episode, and oh my, it is not perfect, but it was real. And I posted it. And if you're listening to me now and you've listened to all of them, I'm sure you notice a difference between episode 1 and episode 25. But the moment that I recorded it and made it real, my mission came alive. It was no longer in my head and in my heart. It was out there, real. And sometimes the first step isn't physical. It's emotional. It's permission. I had to give myself permission. Oh, Dana. What have you been delaying? What dream? What conversation? Or what change? Are you postponing because it's not the right time? Here is a truth worth holding on to. Time won't make it easier. Only action will. Well, speaking of action, Dana, take one small intentional step towards that goal today, now. It could be just a text message, a journal entry, a sign up, a conversation. But make it tangible, make it real, manifest it. Because once you start, you're no longer thinking about starting. You're thinking about growth and you're living it. Remember this. Momentum doesn't start with motivation. Motivation comes after motion. Start before you think you're ready. Begin before it's perfect and move before it's comfortable. That's how progress happens. You've been listening to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin. Visit DMILM for more leadership resources and check out my book, 1 Minute Wins. Take control of your growth journey 1 minute at a time on Amazon. Thank you all for listening. Please like, subscribe, share this if it resonated with you and you think someone else could grow from this episode or others. And always remember, be the example.